Hello, and welcome to Marketplace with Charles, brought to you by Art of Skincare. Art of Skincare, the company that brings out the beauty in you, as well as Kuisa Lodge, where dreams do come true. Situated at the heart of Mambalingwe Nature Reserve. Just imagine yourself waking up at Kuisa Lodge, surrounded by the big five. That's what I call life. You can be on vacation 365 days a year with Kuisa Lodge. I am Charles Ngobeni. On Marketplace, we aim to empower and encourage and equip you with the right tools that you need to move closer to you achieving your entrepreneurial dreams. Each week we bring you insight from experts in different fields of business, from men and women of faith. The construction industry is one that has for years been identified as a man's job. The women, as you may know, they were meant, well, I said meant in brackets, for the kitchen and the bedroom in our country. But things have changed. You know, I don't even believe that women were meant for the kitchen, but it was our own thinking which was wrong. This is further proof that most of the beliefs held by the society are nothing more than myths that only the brave can prove as not holding water. My guest today will take us through her journey of bravery, a brave woman, and to show you that you too, you have what it takes to be a success in life. All you have to do, remove the mental barriers which are engraved on your mind by traditional beliefs. Well, I am seated here on Marketplace with Charles, with Mrs. Thobekile, Ndlovu. I want you to welcome my guest in your home or wherever you're watching this show from. Mamchal, or should I call you Thobekile? Welcome to Marketplace with Charles.
Thank you very much, Charles. It's a great pleasure for me to be here.
You know, I am more than excited to have you on the show, especially to have a woman of your caliber who operates in a different field, which in the olden days was said is a man's world.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a very interesting story to tell.
Yes. If you don't mind, to introduce yourself properly, because you know yourself better. I have said what I know about you, but
Yeah.
I know that can be too little. To introduce yourself and your business.
With pleasure. Thank you very much for having me. My name is Thobekile. Ndlovu. I'm originally from Pietermaritzburg, but I'm currently based in Durban now. Yes, I'm a businesswoman. I'm a KZN-based businesswoman. That's where my head office is, in Durban, in a place called Konobia. I'm a wife.
I love that.
I'm a mother of 3.
Yes.
I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. Mm-hmm. With this little background, I'm trying to illustrate the importance that there's no reason for you not to go in business. Mm-hmm. The sky is the limit. Whether you say, now I'm a mother, I'm a married woman, so what? It's all about having a clear vision board. It's all about having goals and great aspirations about our life. Once that is sorted, the rest will be easy.
You know, one doesn't get to talk to many women about business like this. You are a qualified interior designer.
Yes.
And a project manager.
Yes.
Why the construction industry?
It blends very well, by the way, hey?
Yeah.
I started as an interior designer. Yes, I'm a qualified interior designer. I graduated from the Natal Technicon. Back then, we used to call it Natal Technicon.
Yes.
But it's DUT today. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I'm a DUT former student. I graduated in 2000. I completed in year 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. Mm-hmm. That was my first qualification. When I stepped into the workspace, I worked as an interior designer. But while I was in the industry, I realized that in most cases we design concepts, and we source the implementers, we source the builders, we source the painters, and then I thought, no man, why don't I create my own team where I will design the concepts, I'll come up with this beautiful plan and this beautiful interior designing, and also implement it myself. But the interesting part, before I went on business, I was employed as an interior designer. When I decided to take a decision of resigning now, going full-time to the business world, I went back to school. I believe a lot in education.
Yeah.
Education is the source of all the success one could ever possess, because knowledge is power. So I went back to school. That's when I studied advanced project management, because I knew tempering into construction is not a child's play. It's just another space altogether. So I went to get myself well informed about managing and running projects by doing an advanced project management. Then, I introduced construction in my interior design company. Somehow, I don't know, by God's grace or whatever, but I grew so much in that space of construction. Now it looks like I was just a contractor. No, I started as an interior designer. But it's just that these two career lines complement each other very well. Because once the structure is designed, definitely it needs to be executed and implemented. That's when construction comes into effect. So that's how I married the two.
Oh, that's great. Quite interesting.
Yeah.
You know, what I've realized is that there are big boys that have been playing in this field for many, many years, you know.
Yes.
How do you deal with the challenges associated with that? Recently, I also watched a clip of one young man who built a mall himself.
I saw that clip.
You know, as he wanted to build the mall,
they tried to sabotage everything.
They tried to sabotage him, you know, because they're bigs. And he tried to go to his subcontractors for assistance, and the subcontractors as well, they were told that if you go and help him, we are not going to subcontract you at all. He went to the suppliers, and they were told the same thing. But how do you survive? How did you make it?
It's not easy, believe me. It's tough out there, and success. The more you become successful, believe me, there's a great price to pay at times. I'm happy that we're picking this gentleman, because that clip moved me, and it depicted the true story of what is happening sometimes around here. But one thing I've learned is that it's very important to be focused. It's very important to be very decisive, you know. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. If you want something, push to a point that you turn that dream into reality by yourself. Do whatever it takes. He's a good example, because he even went to an extent of importing his building material. He thought he realized that no, my surroundings are working against me. They're not in my favor. But God owns all the cities. He doesn't only own South Africa. He called the outside countries and said, how can I get the cement? These people don't want to give me the ready mix. You know, that mentality will sustain you in this business. This business needs people that are strong, people that are persistent, people that are pushing. You can't just think you'll wake up and be the best woman in construction in the province because you're sleeping. No. You push. You must work up early. You must have a clear strategy of how you want to execute your own projects, because another big problem we're encountering in our space, many people get given opportunities by our government and they fail projects. And that automatically make people to start doubting us, doubt our capabilities as Black people, especially in the construction and the infrastructure space. Whereas when we are performing, they start realizing, no man, who's that person? Who's that one? So with this gentleman, I think that's exactly what happened. When he presented his concept, that's when they're like, who the hell is this person now coming into our space? Owning a mall. I think if you're a contractor and you're able to pull a project of that nature, it's because you've aligned yourself well, you've pushed yourself to another level in terms of growth in your business. So it's not easy. Some of the challenges are caused by jealousy. Success doesn't come easy. It's not always the case where you'll find that you are having obstacles or problems with your clients or your implementation phase and so on. Some obstacles are caused by people out of jealousy, because the person that refused to assist them, it was jealousy. That this guy is coming with a good concept. But there is a price you sometimes pay if you're going to be successful, unfortunately. It is very important to be content. It is very important to know what you want. It is very important to be very loyal to your own dreams. If you are clear with what you want and allow no one to lead you astray, you lead whatever you want to completion.
I think we need to have a bulldog type of tenacity.
Kind of.
And fight.
And it's so sad because sometimes it's not necessary. It's so much not necessary. People like myself who service the government, government is the most safe entity ever at times, because once you get that letter of appointment, that job is yours.
Yeah.
No, you need to bribe no one. You need to pay no one. Once you get something called letter of appointment, that contract is yours. Whoever that doesn't perform, meaning in terms of processing your claim, that person, just report that person, because he's also paid or she's also paid to do that work. Don't bribe her, don't bribe him to process your invoice, because the big boss, who's the government, has already given you a contract. So people need to know these things. These are challenges we're facing, where you find people being forced to mogola. There's no need. But government has already given you the job.
Yeah.
Own it. Work on this job is yours. No one will take it away.
But the challenge with dealing with government,
yes,
which I find out, you see, if you deal with individuals,
yes,
and you do not perform, an individual will hold you to account.
Yes.
But most of the contractors that I've seen dealing with the government, they don't finish the project.
Okay.
If they finish the project, they've got cracks. They don't use... say if they were to use 2 bags of cement as an example to 5 loads of sand, they'll cut it to 1:5.
Okay. I think now you are tempering into the problems like that contractors face or contractors do when they are given opportunities by government. Unfortunately, or shall I say fortunately, government has a system.
Yeah.
We have an organization called CIDB. That organization is a government-aligned entity.
What is CIB?
CIDB.
Yeah.
It's CIDB. It's a board, or it's an office that governs the industry for construction.
Okay.
That is where you find the likes of CE, which is civil engineering. When you want to register as a contractor but majoring on civil engineering, you go there and you tell them, I want to be a contractor but specializing on civil engineering. Then you apply for a certificate. So CE, for example, I'm majoring on structures. So mine is GB. My CIB certificate is GB. I currently own a 7 GB construction company. We are rated by performances. Level 1 is a person that is starting. Level 2, you are rated by the number of or the value of the contract you've led or you've executed to successfully, and from 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, millions, and all that. The bigger the grade, the bigger the amount of work you've executed successfully. Because whenever you finish a contract successfully, you go and report to them every third year. Every third year, you go in and inform them of the project you've executed. And then they will rate you. Yeah. They will rate you and say, oh, now you've shown some growth. Go to level 3. Oh, now you've gone some... I'm currently on level 7, not because I woke up and became level 7. I've earned it. I've executed projects that moved me from level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7. The last stage is level 9. I'm like 2 stages away from the no limit stage. So what I'm trying to say, that also assists, because it will assist the departments in terms of evaluating the experience of the service provider. If the service provider is grade 2 or grade 3, there are mistakes that you expect from the service provider, such as the ones you just mentioned now. But a service provider that is grade 6 and 7, if he's making such mistakes, there's a problem with that service provider. You can't be, because the good experience, the good thing with construction, experience is your best teacher. The more you execute it, the more you get a great experience. So when it comes to our government will first evaluate people based on that CIDP rating, guided by the number of the tender, by the way. If the tender is small, it will be given to the younger grades. If it's big, to the bigger grades. Now the contractor has a responsibility to have well-equipped staff.
Yeah.
to have right resources, have what is needed, what is required, and for the contractor to be able to lead that project to success. You need to have a good understanding of quality control, what you just mentioned now. It falls under quality control.
Okay.
The contractor must be able to approve her work before the client approves it. You must approve your own work before you call the consultant and say, come and approve my work. The good thing with the government has a middle body called consultant, implementing agents. As much as he's the big boss who give us the jobs, but we don't deal direct with him. There's a team of professionals formulated of engineers, architects, structural engineers, QSs. These people, they are there to oversee that we implement or we execute accordingly at the bottom. So these people, when they come, if they know their work, they will be able to identify at a very early stage if the contractor is failing.
Yeah.
They won't allow the project to go on and on and on up to handover stage before they could critique the structure and tell the contractor to demolish and rebuild accordingly. So it's a value chain. The immediate team, the professional team, must be knowledgeable. The professional team must know what they are doing. And then, because these people, they're feeding the contractor with an information. The contractor doesn't do any drawings. The contractor doesn't do any concrete mix. When you mix, what you just mentioned, where the concrete is weak and the concrete is strong. But the structural engineer will will give a design mix. But there is a problem. If the contractor is given the design mix, but he still mix the chiga way or the quick way or the short way, that person will have a problem that her insurance, the client could even take a claim against the insurance. Because before you start any project with the government, you must have insurances in place, guarantees in place. So if you do that as a contractor, you are hitting yourself anyway, because they will ask you to demolish. And the government does not pay for something up until this body approves. When you put a claim, the government will go and verify and say, is it worth it for us to pay for that service? So such contractors, maybe it's contractors that needs to go back to the drawing board or needs to go back to school and check if they are well equipped or they are in the right line. You find that maybe you are just playing in the wrong space, because you can't be doing project 1, 2, 3 and you're still delivering cracking structures. It can't be. Or he doesn't have the right staff. Sometimes you don't like to employ the right staff because you need to pay them. There are reasons why there's a problem in construction. You can't just wake up and there's a problem. There is a reason. There is a lack somewhere. There's something that is done wrong in the structure. So it's just a matter of maybe identifying. And then the contractor, if you are doing, as a contractor, it's very important to be good with financial management. Yeah. It's very important to be good with conflict management. It's very much important to be good with quality control management. So all these things, stakeholders management, all these things, you need them to lead the project into success, because it's a value chain. Subcontractors management, you need all that. Yeah.
Let's talk of the challenges in the construction industry. Do you have any?
Yes, we do. We do have challenges. Sometimes if you are a woman and you are employing males.
And you must tell them to jump.
In construction, you build with males dominantly. Yeah. It's just now that we're introducing females. But some of the jobs on sites are not user-friendly for females, for obvious reasons. They can't take heights sometimes. So
even the muscle strength.
Well, exactly. So we find ourselves using males. So the challenges that most females sometimes face, it's insubordination can be a problem, where you find that they don't want to submit to the lady because she's a lady. Another problem, even our own colleagues, other male contractors, they look down upon women. They don't think a woman is capable to do something of that nature, or they would do it. At times they don't even mind creating stories up at mouth you just to take your name down. But as a woman, just stand your ground, you know. One thing I've learned is that no one will pave the way for you. You just simply need to pave your way yourself and stand your ground, know what you want. So we do have such problems. We also face problems where payment problems. We don't get paid in time. This is not
from the government.
Exactly. That's not a problem for females or males or whatever. It's just a problem across the board. And it's very important that when people are in business or doing infrastructural projects, they get paid in time, because there is nothing that is draining like an infrastructure. There's nothing which is taking the money like an infrastructure. So it's very important that our clients pay us in time, but it happens that they don't pay us in time. Or you always have to prove it all the time if you are worth getting that money, and it's just draining. Others will sabotage you because they want you to come and see them and buy coffee. And you're saying, I'm not buying anyone's coffee, this contract is mine. So these are problems we're facing. But one thing I've learned, the more you stand firm or the more you push and become persistent with it's important to have good business ethics, eh? It's very important because you force them. I normally say to people, the world will treat you the way you want to be treated. The way you treat yourself, they will be forced to treat you the same way. If you respect yourself, they will be forced to respect you because you will tell them that I don't operate like this, I operate like this, I don't take that, I take this. It's not every deal that I take now. There are deals that people could just introduce and I look at it and say, my piece is more valuable than this. So, but it comes with experience, you know. Sometimes, as I've mentioned before, experience is the best teacher, is the best teacher. We do get such problems. We do even get problems with suppliers. Where you find that you ordered something with a supplier and when you check your order or the delivery, it's something different. So it's very important that your storeman, you must have a storeman on site. They will check your ins and outs, like the things that are coming in and things that are going out. Check if it's what is ordered is exactly what is delivered. In some cases, you find that you get people using your account to buy for other things that are not yours. As a business person or as a contractor, it's very important to always check your statements. Check if everything you ordered, you procured, even from the hardware. If your account comes, don't just get excited that, no, man, I've got an account. Manage your account.
Even simple things. Some of the suppliers, I'm just thinking aloud, who wants to push their product, and a certain product is not moving. They come and dump on your site. You haven't ordered it, but you're invoiced for it.
You're not forced to take it.
Yeah, but if you have got a storeman who's
sleeping, your storeman, if you're doing big projects, the procurement office must be very backup because you order in bulk. You order in bulk, you must have a storeman that is taking care of just the material.
No good.
The cement that is getting delivered, how much cement is getting used per day. And it's also very important to work closely with your QS because your QS will tell you how much cement will finish this structure. Should this cement get finished before time? Ask your staff, where did my cement go? You know. So it's very important to bring your quantity surveyor closer to your procurement office. So he will ask you. He will assist you in terms of procuring things, correct quantities, and what is needed and when. Because it's pointless to deliver things that are not going to be used immediately. Maybe they'll be used in a month later because people will steal it. Another challenge that most of us face or contractors face, it's when the actual staff steal for you.
And the most theft is by your own staff.
Your own staff. But one thing I've observed over the years is that it's very important to create a healthy relationship with your staff. If your staff loves you, they look after you. But you can't just earn the trust from them. Look after them too. When it's month end, pay them.
Pay them on time.
Pay them on time. And don't switch off the phone when it's time for you to pay people because without them, you're never going to have this invoice at the first place. So pay them in time. And pay them, I've learned that there's nothing that workers love or respect just like their boss that pays them their money.
I think one thing that we forget is that we are in business for money.
Exactly.
But our staff, they are also going there to work for the same money as well. And if we don't pay them on time, especially if we're running a restaurant, they start stealing from you.
They'll pay themselves. They'll pay themselves.
If they knock off, they don't even have money to go back home. They know if they grab a bag of cement with them, and sell it on the street.
It's so unfair because most of us, we find that we are paid. We do that, we are paid. It's a different story if you're also not paid. Just sit down nicely with them. They're human beings. They listen. Treat them with respect. Have a meeting and say, our payment is delayed by so much days. However, in the meantime, I can give you so much. Show that you are also trying. You're also thinking for their families. You can't just go and say, I've got no money and switch off the phone. And these people have been working for you. So these are business ethics that business people need to apply because if you do that, you're saving yourself from big problems. In my industry, it's very versatile because these are males. They can break whatever they've built. They could steal whatever they delivered on site. So take care of them.
Let's quickly talk on the winning attitude that one has to adopt in this industry.
I think your level of professionalism.
Yeah.
Black excellence. I believe a lot in black excellence. I think I'm against these things where when you come to a certain service provider, you could see that, no, it was a black service provider. If something is perfect, it was a white service provider, it's an Indian. I disagree with that. It's just a misleading philosophy. Everyone is able to deliver professionally once he decide or she decide to do things the right way. So step number one, my advice would say, for you to win, do things whenever you are given the opportunity, that whenever God exposes you to an opportunity, never take advantage of that opportunity because it's for a reason. Anything that you do right, it will move you or lead you to the next level in life. Because people, you earn trust. Even with business, you earn trust. So my advice would say, whenever you're given an opportunity, treat it with respect and have good business ethics, You're creating a brand, for goodness sake. You're creating a legacy for your business. So have a clear vision. Your business presentation, maybe you want your staff to have a certain uniform. When people come into your office, you offer them coffee. You're creating a brand.
And I want to believe there's more that we can give to the viewers. If they want more information, then they want to get a hold of you directly. How do they do that?
You can email us on info@thobetulaneSA.co.za.
Well, on that note, this is Charles Ngobeni signing off on Marketplace with Charles. You can also get hold of me on charlesngobeni.com, on Instagram, Charles_Ngobeni, or you can go on Facebook and like me. I'll be happy to communicate with you. Well, see you next time, same channel. God bless you.
Greetings, this is Dr. Abraham S. Roger extending an invitation to come join our Bible school. We want to train, equip, activate, and release you into your ministry. We offer a program from first year all the way to PhD level. We are fully correspondent, and our material and our broadcasts are available all over the world. So why waste any further time? Contact us today. And just remember, we are free and waiting to train you, equip, and activate you into the ministry God has in store for you. See you soon at one of our campuses.